Picture your body as a bustling city of tiny worker cells that tirelessly build, repair, and maintain every aspect of your being. Some workers rebuild structures, others dispose of damaged equipment, and still others carry out basic housekeeping. Now imagine a hidden crew, one that lies relatively dormant when food is abundant, but awakens when nutrients are scarce, scavenging broken machinery, recycling worn-out parts, and helping the city run cleaner, smoother, and more efficiently. This crew is not science fiction. It's a real biological process called autophagy, a fundamental cellular mechanism that your body naturally relies on to maintain health. Autophagy, from the Greek meaning self-eating, is the process by which your cells break down and recycle damaged components, misfolded proteins, and worn-out organelles. It's your cells' way of decluttering and repairing themselves, ensuring that the internal machinery of life continues to function optimally. Scientists have linked autophagy to aging, metabolic health, and cellular resilience, and one of the most powerful triggers for autophagy is fasting, the deliberate abstention from food for a period of time. How long could you fast before triggering autophagy, and what really happens inside your body along the way? To answer this, we travel deep into the biology of fasting, metabolism, hormones, and cellular signals, separating myth from measured science and explaining what studies actually show, especially what conclusions we can draw for humans today. Before we talk about fasting timeframes, we need a clear picture of what autophagy really is. Inside each one of your trillions of cells exist structures called lysosomes, tiny enzymes that can dissolve cellular waste. During autophagy, specialized proteins called autophagy-related proteins, T, begin forming autophagosomes, which capture worn-out cellular parts and deliver them to lysosomes for breakdown. The digested components are then released back into the cell to be reused as raw materials or energy. In this way, autophagy is essentially a natural recycling and maintenance system at the cellular level. This is why fasting is so effective at triggering autophagy. It limits nutrient intake, suppresses mTOR signaling, and activates AMP, sending powerful biochemical signals. We're in nutrient scarcity. Start recycling. But exactly how long must you fast for these signals to reach a threshold where autophagy rises meaningfully? That's where the science gets fascinating and a bit complex. When you stop eating, your body doesn't immediately switch into autophagy mode. It goes through a series of metabolic phases. In the first hours after your last meal, your body relies on glucose from recently digested food. Once that glucose is used up, the liver begins breaking down glycogen, a stored form of glucose, to maintain blood sugar. This process typically lasts about 8-12 hours after a meal. During this phase, your insulin levels begin to fall, but autophagy is not yet strongly activated. Beyond this early post-absorptive phase, many people entering a fast of 12-16 hours begin to enter nutritional ketosis, where the body produces ketones from fat breakdown to fuel the brain and muscles. At this point, some early autophagy signals begin to emerge, though they are still relatively mild. Researchers estimate that autophagy gene expression changes. Early markers of the process start becoming detectable around this 12-16 hour mark in some individuals. Research suggests that around the 18-24 hour mark, autophagy begins to ramp up more noticeably in many people. Cellular cleanup activities occur more robustly in organs like the liver and immune tissues compared with earlier fasting hours. Biomarkers of autophagy, such as levels of specific autophagy proteins, have been shown to increase significantly around this range in experimental settings. However, it's essential to understand that while autophagy is more active by this time, it's not an on-off switch. Instead, autophagy activity increases along a spectrum. Shorter fasts may initiate the process in some tissues, while deeper, broader effects require longer fasting durations. For many researchers, the real sweet spot for autophagy activation lies further along the timeline. When fasts extend beyond 24 hours into the range of 36-48 hours and beyond, autophagy can deepen substantially, and this is where the most extensive cellular recycling occurs. Many experts report that peak autophagy responses in human tissues appear between about 48 and 72 hours of continuous fasting. Based on the best available evidence, scientists generally describe autophagy activation along a continuum. First 12-16 hours, early metabolic shift, mild autophagy signals appear as glycogen depletion begins. 18-24 hours, more pronounced autophagy activation across several tissues. Many people see meaningful increases in autophagy markers. 24-48 hours, noticeable cellular cleanup continues. Suppressed growth signals and sustained ketosis deepen autophagy. 48-72 hours, peak autophagy activation. Extensive recycling, deeper metabolic repair. These timelines reflect ranges, not precise clocks. Individual responses vary significantly depending on factors such as age, metabolic health, diet, activity level, and even genetic differences. It's also crucial to highlight that autophagy does not suddenly begin at one exact hour for everyone. While fasting makes autophagy more active, autophagy is a continuous baseline process. It simply increases with nutrient deprivation, rather than initiating from zero. One-day fast versus multi-day fast. What's the difference? If you fasted for one full day 24-hour, your body would likely be well into a fasting metabolic state. Ketones would be rising, insulin low, and autophagy would be active in many tissues, though perhaps not at its deepest potential level. This kind of fast is often enough to activate meaningful cellular cleanup for many individuals. While fasting is a potent stimulus for autophagy, it's not the only way to activate it. Exercise, especially high-intensity or endurance activities, can stimulate autophagy in muscle tissue. Certain dietary patterns like low-carb or ketogenic diets can also promote metabolic states similar to fasting, potentially supporting autophagy at shorter fasting windows. Sleep and circadian rhythms also influence cellular repair processes. Poor sleep impairs metabolism and can blunt some of the benefits associated with fasting and autophagy. Conversely, restful sleep supports hormonal balance and may indirectly help optimize autophagy signals. So, how long could you fast before triggering autophagy? The best scientific evidence suggests that autophagy begins to be noticeably elevated once the body enters a deeper fasted state, typically around 18-24 hours of no food. Extended fasting 24-48 hours enhances cellular recycling significantly, with deeper metabolic shifts. Maximum autophagy responses are often observed between 48 and 72 hours, though timing will vary from person to person. However, autophagy is not a binary switch that suddenly flicks on only after a strict hour threshold. It is a continuous process that increases progressively the longer the body remains in a state of nutrient scarcity. Finally, while autophagy is compelling and biologically fascinating, it's one piece of the broader metabolic response to fasting. The benefits people seek from fasting: improved insulin sensitivity, fat metabolism, inflammation reduction, and metabolic flexibility, are also part of this complex physiological response. Understanding the science behind autophagy helps demystify what many consider a secret of long fasting. The differences are not mystical but deeply rooted in cellular biology, a testament to the body's remarkable ability to adapt, repair, and renew itself when challenged. If you're considering fasting to trigger autophagy or other health benefits, it's essential to approach it responsibly, listen to your body, and consult healthcare professionals when needed. In the end, the journey into autophagy is a journey into understanding your own biology, 1 hour, 1 adaptation, and 1 cellular cleanup cycle at a time. If you want to uncover more hidden science behind your body's most powerful mechanisms and learn how to hack your health the right way, subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the science of longevity and performance.